Hello everyone, Neoashi here. It is this time of the month, as usual. I'm going to show you my manga and light novel collection. Just so you know that I moved some of them. I tried to put all my French manga in the small shelf that used to have all my, most of my light novel. But I wasn't able to because I realized that I have a lot more French manga than I originally thought. So it's gonna be a little bit more messy than usual. Right now I have 1,326 books, which is about a 37 or 38 increase compared to last month. So I didn't get as many, but ironically, like tomorrow or Friday at the latest, I'm going to get like 9. But yeah, paycheck decided to arrive right at the beginning of the next month, so yeah, anyway. Let's start with one of the black shelves, the one that actually has my collector's boxes. So let's start with A Silent Voice, volume 1 through 7. Well, actually, since it's the collector box, I won't tell which volumes I have for these, but I did read up to volume 4. Quintessential Quintuplet, I read up to volume 4 as well. Cells at Work, I'm still only at volume 1. And Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku, I've read this volume, which is actually volume 1 and 2. These, all except the last one, are double volumes. Next is Sorry for My Familiar, volume 1 through 10, I've read up to volume 3. Gal Gohan, volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 4. English version of My Clueless First Friend, volume 1 and 2. I haven't started the English version yet. 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love, there's only one volume and I read it. My Dress Up Darling, volume 1 through 8, I've read up to volume 3. Sweet Blue Flowers, volume 1 through 8, the entire collection, I've read the first book, which is basically volume 1 and 2. My Secret Affection, one of my newer acquisitions, volume 1 and 2, which I believe is the entire collection, I haven't started it yet. Vampire Dormitory, volume 1 through 9, I've read up to volume 5, and I just realized that 4 and 5 are reversed. Next is the French version of Clueless First Friend, volume 1 through 9, I've read all 9 of them. Honey Lemon Soda, volume 1 and 2, I've read volume 1. The Dangers in My Heart, volume 1 through 5, I've read up to volume 4, I think. I don't think I've read volume 5 yet. I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up. There's only one volume and I haven't read it yet. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, volume 1 through 5, I've read up to volume 2. The Voynich Hotel, volume 1, 2 and 3, the entire collection, I've read up to, French, I've read up to volume 1, but I haven't touched the English version yet. Fly Me to the Moon, volume 1 through 17, I've read up to volume 14. Kuma 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 Bear, this is the light novel version. I have up to volume 13, including 11.5, I've read up to volume 4. And wow, these are a bit messy, yeah, 7 and 8 are reversed. As I said, it's gonna be a pretty messy compared to usual, it's as if it wasn't already messy. Anyway, Whisper Me a Love Song, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 4. Perfect World, volume 1 through 12, the entire collection, I've read up to volume 7. Beauty and the Beast Girl, there's only one volume, I've read it. The manga version of... No, this is the light novel version, sorry, of Roll Over and Die. I Will Fight for an Ordinary Life with My Love and Cursed Sword, volume 1 through 4, I've read up to volume 2, and since I have lots of space here, I really should put the manga version on top. Anyway, I got caught up in a Hero Summons, but the Other World Was at Peace, volume 1 through 5, I've read volume 1. Cheeky Brat, volume 1 through 6, I've read up to volume 2. Love in Hell, volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Next is Kaguya-sama, Love is War, volume 1 through, I believe, volume 1 through 25, I've read up to volume 17, or 18, I don't quite remember, I think it's 17. We Never Learned, Volume 1 through 21, the entire collection. I've only read up to Volume 16 yet. I haven't touched any of the 5 endings. Next is Come Can Communicate, Volume 1 through 24. I've read up to Volume 20. Alright, now let's go to the French stuff. It's not all my French stuff, as you could already see. Mostly French stuff from here. Oh, I just turned my... And you probably saw my hot mess of a bed behind me. Yeah, I'm very not good at making my bed, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, Breath of Flower, Hannah No Breath, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I've read both. Une si belle couleur, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Octave, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Flowers for Vincent, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. Witch Watch, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 1. Mitsubishi Color, Volume 1 and 2, I've only read Volume 1. I always forget the English name for this series, I'm really sorry about that. But Troyakuza pour Notaku, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 2. Secret Girlfriends, Volume 1 and 2, again, I don't remember the English title for this one. I did read the English version, but I still haven't touched these French books. Partner 2.0, Volume 1, I've read it, but kind of quickly. Honestly, I was half asleep when I read it, so I'm actually going to consider that I haven't read it because I actually don't remember what happens in this volume. I really was half asleep, thanks to the medication I mentioned a couple times. I'm gonna reread it again without being under the effect of medication. Anyway, enough of my sad life story. Secret of the Magical Stone, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I haven't touched the series yet. Luminous Blue, Volume 1 and 2, the entire series. I've read all 2 of them. These ones are upside down, but again, I don't remember the English title, but No Différence Enlacée, Volume 1 through 4. And wow, 4 is out of place. Actually, they're all out of place except 1. No, 1 and 3, actually. Anyway, I've only read Volume 1. These are also upside down. Because the reason why some of them are upside down, because I did this really quickly. I think I sorted all of this in like an hour, maybe. And for some reason, the way this side of mangas is printed is like the other way for English compared to French. It's like upside down. For some reason, I don't know why. And it's kind of a force of habit the way I put them there, so yeah, there's gonna be some upside down stuff probably. Anyway, Adabana, Volume 1 through 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. Our Summer Love, there's only 1 volume and I've read it. Lovely Loveless Romance, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. En attendant lundi, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1. Country Girl, Alice in the Country of the Three-Sided Mirror, Volume 1 and 2. I haven't touched it yet. Mon coloc est une gameuse, Volume 1 through 4. I've read Volume 1. Crossing the Mountain, Volume 1 through 4. I've only read Volume 1 and 2. Oh, there's another upside down, but this one is only 1 volume, so... And Yet You're So Sweet, Volume 1. I've read it. And the story really is sweet. I'll be honest, so far at least. The More You Chew, the Sweeter It Gets, I believe is the English title. Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2. A Couple of Cuckoos, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 1. Girlfriend, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, and yeah, again, they're out of place. And I've read Volume 1 and 2. Oh, 2 other that are upside down. Let me fix that quickly, because there's only 2 of them. Yeah, Sweetness and Lightning, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Actually, it's exact same for Super Cub, I have Volume 1 and 2, and I've read Volume 1. Pseudo Aaron, Volume 1, I've read it, and again, it was upside down. I never remember this one, so I'm just gonna say the French title, but No Mots Comme des Bulles, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. Insomniacs After School, Volume 1 through 7, I've read all 7 of them. Send to Man, Volume 1 and 2, I've read only Volume 1. The French title could be basically translated to father and daughter. It's really that simple. I'm guessing that if this series does get an English title, it's gonna be father and daughter or something like that. Alright, next is Neko no Tera no Shion-san, Volume 1 through 9, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume 5. My Neighbor Seki, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection as far as I know. I've read Volume 1, 2, and 3. Saotome Love and Boxing, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume 3. Alright, so now some more black shelf stuff. So, Nay Nay Nay, there's only one volume, which is kind of sad because it was a really cute series, well, short series. I've read it. Futari Escape, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both of them. Catch These Hands, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 3. Laid Back Camp, Volume 1 through 13, I've read up to Volume... well, 13 actually. Secret of the Princess, there's only one volume, I've read it. The Girl in the Arcade, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I haven't touched the series yet. New Game, Volume 1 through 13, the entire collection, I've read all 13 of them. Yuri Life, No Love, No Life, there's only one volume, I've read it. The Demon Girl Next Door, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3. When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Volume 1 through 11, I've read up to Volume 7. Shikamaru is Not Just a Cutie, Volume 1 through 12, I've read up to Volume 7. Marmalade Boy, Volume 1 through 4, through these two double-sized books, I've read Volume 1 and 2. Well, basically the first book. Keihan, the entire collection, in this one big book. I haven't touched it yet. Spring Yearning and When Budding Lilies Bloom, those are hentai, so I'm not ever going to show the cover to you. Well, technically, this one isn't too bad, but yeah, this one, I'm never gonna show it to you. I did read this one though, When Budding Lilies Bloom, but I haven't touched Spring Yearning yet. Next is Namikawa-san Won't Take a Licking, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 2. The Maid I Hired Recently is Mysterious, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 3. Breasts Are My Favorite Thing in the World, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3, but I did unseal Volume 4 because I was actually going to read it yesterday, but I fell asleep before I could. Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, Volume 1 through 9, I've read all 9 of them, this is the entire collection. Nunnan Biori and Girlfriends, Volume 1 through 16 and Volume 1 through 5, I've read both entire collections. Skip and Loafer, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 5. My Lovey-Dovey Wife is a Stone Cold Killer, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 3. Otaku Hell, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 3. Slow Life in Another World, I Wish, Volume 1 through 5, I've finally read Volume 1, after owning it for close to 2 years. A Galaxy Next Door, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, I've read up to Volume 2. Monologue Woven for You, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1 and 2. Does it count if you lose your virginity to an android? Only Volume 1 so far. I've read it. Look Back, there's only one volume, and I've read it as well. Next is After Hours, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection. I've read Volume 1. Alter Ego, only one volume, I haven't touched it yet. Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 1 through 17. I've read, 1 through 4 in French, so not these exact book. 5 through 16, I did read these actual books. I haven't read 17 yet. Next is the 100 Girlfriend Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 1 through 6. I've only read Volume 1 yet. Failed Princess, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume... Well, I've read all 6 of them, actually. Kuma 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 Bear, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Imakoi, Now I'm in Love, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 3. How Do We Relationship, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 4. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume, I believe 5, maybe 4, but I think it's 5. Tamamu-chan's is a Fox, Volume 1 through 6, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Still Sick, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 1, this is the entire collection. Alright. This is another of my newer acquisition, Oshinoko, which I basically got because of the anime hype. Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1. To Save the World, Can You Wake Up the Morning After with a Demi-Human, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Divine Raymond, Magical Girl, Howling Moon, Volume 1 through 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. After School Bitchcraft, Volume 1 and 2, I've read Volume 1, 2, and 3, sorry, I've read Volume 1. If the RPG War at Social Media and Last Round Arthur, I've got both full collection, manga version at least. I've read only Volume 1 for both. Our Teachers Are Dating, Volume 1 through 4. I've read all 4 of them, this is the entire collection. The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, Volume 1 through 7 for both the manga and the light novel. And I've read Volume 1 and 2 for both. Next is God of the Night, Volume 1 through 11, I've read up to Volume 4. Idle Dreams, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 1. NTR Netsuzu Trap, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 4. Now loading, there's only one volume, I've read it. Who Says Warrior Can't Be Babes, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1. Goodbye My Rose Garden, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Drugstore in Another World, The Slow Life of a Cheat Pharmacist, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. And Anna in After School, Volume 1 and 2, I did not get Volume 3 yet. It's still pre-ordered, but neither Amazon nor Indigo, which is basically Canadians, Barnes and Nobles, both have it as being released on May 9th, but neither of them actually has in stock, which is infuriating, to put it mildly. Anyway, next is The Executioner and A Way of Life, Volume 1 and 2. I've read Volume 1, and this is a pretty terrible adaptation of the light novel. So far, I hate it. Maybe Volume 2 will be better, but Volume 1 really is not good. Mieruko-chan, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 4. The White Cat's Revenge as plotted from the Dragon King's Lab, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. Oreimo, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 2. Eromanga Sensei, I'd say the entire collection, but yeah, there's like 15 volumes at this point, but Dark Horse basically gave up this series, and now there's only 3 volumes in English, which sucks. Although I've been told that Dark Horse overall is pretty terrible when it comes to manga. Anyway, Days of Love at Seagull Villa, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. School Zone Girls, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 3. Days on Fest, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 3. The Golden Sheep, also the entire collection, I've read only Volume 1. My Cute Little Kitten, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless, Volume 1. I haven't touched it yet. Witch's Love at the End of the World, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1 and 2. The Eclat series, I've only read the colorless version. I haven't touched the Blanche, Bleu, Rouge, and Orange volumes. Restaurant to Another World, Volume 1 through 4, I've read up to Volume 2, sorry. Konohana Kitan, Volume 1 through 12, I've read up to Volume 6. Futaribeya, Volume 1 through 9, I've read up to, all 9 of them, and I recently learned that Volume 10 is going to be the last one. I had a feeling that it might be, yeah, but I'm still kind of sad, because this is definitely one of the most cute Yuri that doesn't entirely focus on romance. There is a lot of romance, but like it's not like it doesn't focus on that, and that's something I really liked. Also, Yukiko's art is pretty good. Like, I love how she switches back from this kind of art style and that chibi-ish art style she uses a lot in the manga. Anyway, I'm gonna miss this series. Next is Touring After the Apocalypse, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Happy Sugar Live, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 9. Imperfect Girl, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Same for Our Wonderful Days, I've read all 3 of them. Even Though We're Adults, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 2. The manga version of Roll Over and Die, I've read only Volume 1. Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 1 only. Next is The Tale of the Outcast, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 3. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 1 through 14, I've read up to Volume 9. Little Witch Academia, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Sex Ed 120%, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1. Strawberry Fields, once again, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life, Volume 1 and 2, the entire collection of the manga series, I've read Volume 1. Gudere Sora Nagiara, sorry about that, the entire collection, Volume 1 through 4, and I've read up to Volume 2. Alright, there's 2 shelves left. I see that I'm going pretty slowly today. Sorry about that. Alright, My Dear Friend Nokotan, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've read up to Volume 2. Bofuri, I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, manga version, Volume 1 through 5. I've read up to Volume 2. Paradise Residence, Volume 1 through 3, 0 through 3, sorry, the entire collection, I've read 0 and 1, which is this larger book. Otherworldly Izakaya Nobu, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 7. Yokohama Kaidashi Kiku, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to unofficially Volume 4, but I actually haven't touched these French books. No Matter What You Say, Furisan is Scary, Volume 1 through 4, I've read all 4 of them. Itomi-chan is Shy with Stranger, Volume 1 through 5, I read all 5 of them. The Girl with the Sanpaku Eye, Volume 1 through 4, I've read all 4 of them. Pompo the Cinephile, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read up to Volume 1. Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read only Volume 1, and wow, that music is getting annoying. I'm gonna fix that, I'll be right back. Oh, it's actually the speaker. So we're going to have to go without music for the rest of the video. Sorry about that. I didn't think it would happen mid-video. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years, so I was getting surprised that it still worked because it was a cheap one, but yeah. Anyway, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 7. I Fell in Love with a Soapland Girl, Volume 1 through 3. I believe this is the entire collection. I haven't heard about the Volume 4 so far, but yeah, I've read up to Volume 2. Cats and Sugar Bowl, there was only 1 volume, I haven't touched it yet. Inamatsuri, Volume 1 through 17, I've read up to Volume 11, and 18 is actually a similar situation to Hana and Hina. They still haven't, it's still pre-ordered, but it should have been like released almost a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, it hasn't been released yet. It hasn't been delivered yet. Moving forward, RE2, Volume 1 through 11, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 3. Tomo-chan is a Girl, Volume 1 through 8, the entire collection, I've read all 8 of them. Whoops, another case of French manga that's upside down. Corpse Party, Blood Covered, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet, and I'm getting Volume 2 tomorrow or Friday. The Ideal Sponger Live, Volume 1 through 13, I've read up to Volume 2. Kindred Spirit on the Roof, Volume 1 and 2, I've read it. And these three, Volume 1 and 2, Volume 1 and 2, Volume 1, 2, and 3 of these three series. The Girl I Want is Swansome. The Whole Humanity Has Gone Yuri Except for Me, and Count Fujiwara Suffering. I haven't touched these yet. Manga Record, Puella Magi Madoka Magica Side Story, Volume 1 through 5. I only read Volume 1. How Chan Can Study, Volume 1 and 2. I haven't touched it yet. Agent of My Heart, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection. I haven't touched it yet. Daily Report About My Witch Senpai, Volume 1 and 2. I've read both. Gabriel Dropout, Volume 1 through 11. I've read up to Volume 10. Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena, manga version. Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've only read Volume 1. I Can't Believe I Slept With You, Volume 1, 2, and 3. The entire collection, I've read only Volume 1. I'm in Love with the Villainess, Volume 1 through 4. I've only read Volume 1. Flying Witch, Volume 1 through 11. I've read up to Volume 10. Volume 9, sorry. Rainbow in Black, the entire collection. I've read all 3 of them. A Sign of Affection, Volume 1 through 5. I've read all 5 of them. Aho Girl, A Clueless Girl, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume 4. Plongé dans la Nuit, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection. I haven't touched it yet. Whisker Away, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection. I've read Volume 1 and 2. Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've read Volume 1 and 2. Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, I've read Volume 1 and 2. But Rent a Girlfriend, I have up to Volume 18, and I've read up to Volume 7. Syrup, a Yuri Anthology, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've read up to Volume 2. Star-Crossed, exactly the same thing. Volume 1 through 4. I've read up to Volume 2, but this is the entire collection. Syrup, I'm not sure yet. Yuri Is My Job, Volume 1 through 10. I've read up to Volume 8. Sayonara Football, Volume 1 and 2. I've read only Volume 1. Nishiju, My Ordinary Life, Volume 1 through 10. The entire collection. I've read up to Volume 9. By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 3. Dreaming Sun, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume... no, I haven't touched it yet. I almost wanted to read Volume 1 last week, but end up didn't reading it. Anyway, I Want to Heat Your Pancreas, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. This is like 2 volumes in this complete manga collection. Bloom Into You, Volume 1 through 8, and Bloom Into You Regarding Saiki Sayaka, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I've read all 11 books. Frank Time, I've read both volumes. Kaze-san and the sequel series Kaze-san and Yamada, I've read everything up to Yamada Volume 1. If I Could Reach You, I've the full collection. I've read officially up to Volume 5. Unofficially, I've read the whole thing. The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 1 through 5. I've only read Volume 1. My Senpai is Annoying, Volume 1 through 11. Volume 1 through 11, sorry. Volume 1 through 9. I've read up to Volume 8. Citrus and Citrus Plus, Volume 1 through 10 and 1 through 4. I've read all 14 books. Azu Manga Daio, Volume 1 through 4. I haven't touched it yet. Farewell to My Altar, volume. There's only 1 volume, and I haven't touched it yet. Alright, so there's 1 shelf left, and it's gonna be maybe not the smallest one, the second smallest one, maybe. Anyway, Sunbeams in the Sky, Volume 1, I've read it. Doomsday with My Dog, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. Living Room Matsunaga-san, Volume 1 through 11, the entire collection. I've read up to Volume 7, and yeah, again, reversed series. Girls Last Tour, Volume 1 through 6. I've read all 6 of them. This is the entire collection. The 2 of them are pretty much like this. Volume 1 and 2, I've only read Volume 1. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I was going to say the entire collection, but that's nowhere near through. But I did read only Volume 1. Superwoman in Love, Honey Trap and Rapid Rabbit, Volume 1 through 4. I've read all 4 of them. Mint Chocolate, Volume 1 through 7. I've read up to Volume 3. In the Land of Fleet Dale, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I only read Volume 1. This is a new light novel that I got recently. You like me, don't you? So, wanna go with me? I haven't read it yet, and one of the main reason I got it is because it's gonna be like a short time investment. Apparently there's only 2 volumes. The series ended at Volume 2, from what I heard. And it sounded kind of cute when you read the summary. Anyway, My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 3. Little Witch Academia, The Nonsensical Witch in the Country of the Fairies, there was only 1 volume and I've read it. My Special 1, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both of them. Volume 2 is actually the last book I read so far. Fieren, Beyond Journey's End, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 4. The manga version of Igero, After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway, Volume 1 through 7, I've read up to Volume 2. Hello Melancholic, Volume 1 and 2 and 3, the entire collection, I've read only Volume 1. How Can I Receive, Volume 1 through 10, the entire collection, I've read up to Volume 4. Happy Kanako's Killer Live, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 5. The manga light novel version of The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady, Volume 1 through 4, I've read only Volume 1, sorry. The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life, Volume 1 through 6, I've read only Volume 1. The light novel version of Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 1 through 10, officially I've read up to Volume 7, unofficially I've read all 10 of them. The manga version of Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 1 through 4, I've only read Volume 1 and 2. A Condition Called Love and Studio Apartment, Good Lightning, Angel Included, both Volume 1 and 2, I've read both for both series. Black and White, Tough Love at the Office, Volume 1, I haven't touched it yet. Next is Cette vie auprès de toi. Don't know the French, the English, if there is one, or Japanese title. Only 1 volume so far. I haven't touched it yet. Love Under Arrest, or My Boy in Blue in English. Volume 1 through 12. I've read up to Volume 3. Next is I Love You So Much I Hate You. There's only 1 volume and I've read it. If Witch Then Witch, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the entire collection, I've read all 3 of them. Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed, Volume 1 through 4, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1 and 2. The Summer You Were There, Volume 1 and 2, I've read both. Magic Artisan Dahlia Wilts No More, Volume 1 through 4, I've read Volume 1. The manga version of I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level, Volume 1 through 10, I've read Volume 1. Yuri Espoir, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. Banished from the Heroes Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside manga version, Volume 1 through 4, I haven't touched it yet. Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I've read Volume 1. Chasing After Aoi Koshiba, Volume 1 through 4, finally. 4 took a long time to release, but I've only read Volume 1 and 2. The light novel version of Wandering Witch, A Journey of Alina, Volume 1 through 10, I've read up to Volume 5. Asumi-chan is Interested in Lesbian Brothel, Volume 1 and 2, I've only read Volume 1. Next is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the light novel version, I've read it. Banished from the Heroes Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 2. This is the light novel version, by the way. The light novel version of I'm in Love with a Villainess, Volume 1 through 5, the entire collection, I've read Volume 1 and 2. I think from here, yeah, except for 1, it's only light novel, so I'm not gonna specify which of these are light novel. It's all light novel except for 1 series. Igehiro, After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway, Volume 1 through 3, I've read Volume 1 and 2. The Executioner in the Way of Life, Volume 1 through 6, I've read up to Volume 2. Bofuri, I Don't Know How to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense, Volume 1 through 8, I've read up to Volume 2. The Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, Volume 1 through 5, I've read up to Volume 4. And this is the only manga that's left, Somersault Turn, I believe, in English, or Swimming Ace in French. Go figure why they gave it another English title. Volume 1 through 5, the entire collection, I haven't touched it yet. In the Land of Lide, volume 1 through 8, I've read only volume 1 and 2, and one of my latest light novel edition, and the last book you will see today, the light novel version of I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level, volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 12. Why 12 is because I bought these two, 12 and 4, I bought on Amazon, but these 3 I bought at my manga store. As for volume 5 through 11, as well as volume 13, I'm going to get all of them in at my manga store again tomorrow or Friday. Alright, so that was probably my longest video I've made of these collection. I did have stuff to mention, and there was that like speaker thing. So yeah, sorry for the long video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.